Your person thinks of you constantly, in ways that go far beyond passing thoughts or fleeting memories. You occupy their mind throughout the day and linger in their heart even in moments of silence. They no longer want to wait or delay what they feel so strongly, because the connection they share with you feels too real and too meaningful to ignore. Your energy speaks to them in ways you may not even realize, touching parts of their soul they didn't know were still capable of feeling so deeply. Even without words, they sense you, feel drawn to you, and recognize a bond that feels rare and unmistakable. This pull toward you is guiding their actions, and they are already making plans to meet you in person, imagining what it will be like to finally close the distance and bring this connection into the physical world. You have them falling hard, deeper than they expected and faster than they ever planned. What surprises them most is how natural it feels. There is no force, no confusion, just a quiet certainty growing stronger every day. For them, this story is far from over. They do not see an ending, they see a continuation, a future unfolding. In their eyes, you are irreplaceable. No one else compares, and no one else could fill the space you hold in their heart. They don't just want you in their life temporarily, they desire more time, more depth, more shared experiences, and more growth together. Your person truly knows your worth. They see not only your beauty, but your heart, your strength, and the way you love. Because of this, they are putting in all their effort to show you that you matter and that what they feel is serious. They are thinking long-term, envisioning a lifetime commitment rather than something short-lived or uncertain. This kind of devotion is new to them in many ways. They never believed they would find true love, not the kind that feels safe, inspiring, and transformative all at once. Yet you made it possible. Through you, they discovered a version of love they once thought existed only in dreams or stories. Your love is one of a kind to them. It stands apart from anything they have ever known, and they recognize how rare it is. That is why they are desiring a second chance, to do things right, to show up more fully, and to prove that they are capable of being the partner you deserve. You were the light in their life when things felt heavy, the happiness that softened their hardest days, and the blessing that arrived when they least expected it. Your presence brought warmth, clarity, and hope, and they have not forgotten that. They don't want things to end between you, because life without you feels incomplete in ways they can't easily put into words. When it comes to you, your person sees the long term clearly. They imagine building something real and lasting, something rooted in trust, loyalty, and genuine affection. Their heart recognizes you as the one who feels like home, the person who understands them without judgment and supports them without conditions. Deep down, their heart knows it's you, the love of their life, the one they want to grow with, learn with, and walk beside through every season. This realization brings both excitement and vulnerability, because loving you means opening themselves fully, but they are willing to take that risk. Their eyes are on you, focused and unwavering. Even when you are not present, you are still the person they measure everything against. They speak highly of you to others, not out of obligation, but out of genuine pride and admiration. They talk about your qualities, your impact on their life, and the way you make them feel inspired to be better. In their words and actions, there is a clear message: you matter deeply, and you are cherished. More than anything, they want you to know that their feelings are sincere, their intentions are serious, and their heart is already aligned with a future that includes you. My heart aches every time I think about you, in a way that feels both heavy and tender at the same time. There are moments when your memory comes to me so suddenly that I have to pause and catch my breath. Sometimes, I find myself wondering if you are happy without me, if your days feel lighter now, or if you ever think about what we shared the way I do. I hope you are smiling, even if that smile no longer includes me, yet a part of me quietly hopes that I still cross your mind when the world grows quiet. Missing you has become a familiar ache, one that settles deep in my chest and refuses to leave. I miss your laughter more than words can say. It wasn't just the sound of it, but the way it filled the space around us and made everything feel warmer and more alive. I miss the way you used to pull my leg, teasing me so effortlessly, always knowing how to make me laugh even when I tried to pretend I wasn't amused. I miss how sweetly you expressed your love, how natural it felt when you spoke from your heart. There was something poetic about the way you loved me, something rare and beautiful that I never took for granted. Your love wasn't loud or forced, it was gentle, sincere, and deeply felt. No one has been able to fill the gap you left behind. It's not just an empty space, but a presence that lingers, a reminder of everything we were and everything we could have been. That space belongs to you, and no matter how much time passes, it remains untouched. I hate the feeling of missing you because it reminds me of how much I wish you were here right now. I imagine your arms around me, holding me tight, making the world feel safe again. Without you, I feel broken and incomplete, as if a piece of my soul wandered off with you and never found its way back. There are days when the silence feels unbearable. Not talking to you feels unnatural, like something essential is missing from my routine, from my life. I wonder how much longer we have to be apart, how long this distance must stretch between us. I replay conversations we once had, wishing I could hear your voice again, wishing I could tell you everything that's been left unsaid. I want you to know that even though we are apart, you have never truly left my heart or my thoughts. I still think about you more often than I probably should, and my feelings for you have not changed. Time has not erased them, if anything, it has made them clearer. Whenever I think about you, I feel a warmth inside my heart, a quiet comfort that reminds me of how deeply I cared and still care. That warmth is bittersweet, because it brings both comfort and longing at the same time. You are still the person I admire, the one I look up to in ways I can't fully explain. Do you know how much I admire you? It goes beyond words. It's in the way you think, the way you speak, the way you see the world. There is nothing about you that I don't like. Even your flaws felt human and real, and I loved you not despite them, but because of them. You were never perfect, and neither was I, yet what we shared felt genuine and meaningful. I am not over you, and the truth is, I don't want to be. Letting go feels like losing a part of myself that I'm not ready to surrender. I still love you so much, more than I sometimes allow myself to admit. My heart holds on to you with quiet determination, even when my mind tells me to move on. Loving you has become a part of who I am, woven into my thoughts, my memories, and my dreams. Even if our paths no longer walk side by side, you remain a chapter of my life that shaped me in ways nothing else ever could. No matter where life takes us, a part of my heart will always belong to you, carrying the love I still feel, softly and endlessly. Your partner often drifts back into memories of the time you shared, moments that surface unexpectedly and linger longer than they intend. There is a tenderness in those recollections, a quiet ache that comes from remembering how natural your warmth once felt and how deeply your love wrapped around them. No matter how much time has passed, those memories have not faded, instead, they have taken on a bittersweet clarity. In their private moments, they miss you in ways they rarely admit out loud, replaying old conversations, shared laughter, and even the silences that once felt comfortable rather than heavy. That longing has led them to watch you from a distance, carefully and discreetly, through other accounts, as if observing quietly will help them understand you better. They are searching for clarity, trying to piece together what has changed in your life, what experiences have shaped you, and why you now seem so guarded. Your reserve puzzles them, but it also draws them in, making them want to understand you even more. Despite the emotional distance you project, your partner intuitively knows that you still think about them. It's not something they can prove, but they feel it in subtle ways, in the timing of things, in the energy that still seems to exist between you, and in the unspoken pull that hasn't disappeared. They sense that your coldness is more of a defense than a truth, a way of protecting yourself rather than a reflection of indifference. No matter how distant you appear, they can't shake the feeling that you are still emotionally connected, still aware of them in quiet moments when no one else is watching. You remain constantly on their mind, woven into their daily thoughts in ways that feel almost automatic. Even when they try to focus elsewhere, thoughts of you resurface, uninvited yet welcome, bringing with them a mix of longing, curiosity, and unresolved emotion. They can't get enough of you, even from afar, and that pull only seems to grow stronger the more they try to ignore it. As you reappear more clearly in their awareness, all the feelings they once tried to bury come rushing back. They find reminders of you everywhere, in familiar places, passing conversations, certain songs, or fleeting moments that echo something you once shared. These reminders make nostalgia unavoidable, stirring emotions they thought they had already processed. Seeing you back on the scene has awakened something impulsive within them, especially as they notice how attractive and captivating you've become to others. There's a quiet intensity in the way you carry yourself now, a confidence mixed with mystery that draws attention effortlessly. They notice how people respond to you, and while that sparks a trace of jealousy, it also deepens their admiration. It reminds them of what they were once close to and what they may have taken for granted. Knowing that others see your value makes them reflect more deeply on their own feelings, reinforcing the sense that you still hold a powerful presence in their life. During the long stretches of silence between you, your partner has changed in meaningful ways. That quiet period forced them to look inward, to mature emotionally, and to confront parts of themselves they once avoided. They have grown through reflection rather than distraction, learning patience, accountability, and emotional depth. In that growth, they've realized how much they now have to offer, not just affection, but understanding, stability, and intention. There is so much they want to say to you, words shaped by time, insight, and restraint, but they are cautious. Rather than rushing forward, they are testing the waters, observing your energy, your boundaries, and the space between you. They want to be sure that when they do speak, it will come from a place of clarity rather than impulse. For now, they remain watchful and thoughtful, balancing hope with restraint, quietly deciding if and when to bridge the distance. Even in silence, their feelings for you remain strong, patient, and deeply present, waiting for the right moment to be understood rather than misunderstood. I know you hate it when I run away without explaining myself, and I understand why that hurts you. What I've struggled to say clearly is that when our conversations become deep and meaningful, they touch parts of me that I don't always know how to manage. In those moments, my emotions rise quickly and intensely, and I find it difficult to hide or control what I'm feeling. Rather than risk saying or doing something careless, I retreat. Running away has never been about a lack of care. If anything, it comes from feeling too much all at once and not knowing how to hold it properly. When I pull back, it's because I don't want to offer you fragments of myself that are unfinished or confusing. I don't want to show up in pieces, half-guarded and half-overwhelmed. What I truly want is to give you all of me, present, intentional, and honest. I want to be able to stand in front of you without fear that my emotions will spill out in ways I don't yet understand. So instead of risking that vulnerability unprepared, I choose distance, even though I know it can feel like abandonment from your side. I'm fully aware that after everything I've done, rebuilding your trust won't be easy or quick. Trust isn't something that can be demanded or rushed, and I don't expect forgiveness or reassurance just because I say I'm trying. What I can say is that I'm here, and I'm willing to put in all the extra work it takes: patience, consistency, accountability, and time. I know words alone aren't enough, but I hope that over time my actions can show you that I mean what I say and that I'm serious about doing better. I also need you to know that I haven't felt this strongly about anyone before. What I feel for you is unfamiliar and powerful, and that intensity both draws me closer to you and scares me at the same time. It forces me to confront parts of myself that I've kept guarded for a long time. I'm learning that caring deeply comes with vulnerability, and vulnerability doesn't always feel safe to me, even when it's real and genuine. I know you don't like it when I watch you from a distance through social media, and I understand how that might come across. It's never been about control or mistrust. For me, it's reassurance, a quiet way of reminding myself that you're still there and that I haven't disappeared from your world entirely. It's my way of staying connected when I don't yet feel ready to step forward directly. I want you to know that even when I'm silent, I haven't gone anywhere emotionally. You're still on my mind, still important to me, still someone I care about deeply. There is so much constantly running through my thoughts when it comes to you. My mind feels crowded with things I want to say, questions I want to ask, and feelings I want to express. When my emotions become intense, my first instinct is to reach out to you immediately, to close the distance and let you know what's happening inside me. But almost at the same time, another voice tells me to stop, to pause, to prepare, to make sure I don't approach you impulsively or unfairly. That internal conflict is exhausting. I'm torn between wanting to be open and fearing that openness will overwhelm both of us. I don't want to burden you with emotions I haven't sorted through, and I don't want to risk pushing you away by speaking before I fully understand what I'm feeling or how to express it clearly. So I wait. Sometimes I wait too long. Sometimes my silence speaks louder than I intend, and I know that's something I need to work on. What I hope you can see is that my distance has never meant indifference. It has always been the result of caring deeply while still learning how to show up in a healthier, more stable way. I'm trying to grow into someone who doesn't run, someone who can stay present even when emotions are heavy. I don't expect perfection from myself, and I don't expect it from you either. All I want is the chance to keep trying, to keep learning, and to eventually meet you without fear, without hesitation, and without running away.